Hello, I'm Dr. Terry Simpson. Fructose, or fructose as some people call it, is one half of the molecule of sucrose, which is common table sugar. Now, common table sugar, the other half of the molecule is glucose. Glucose is the good guy. Glucose is what every cell in your body needs for fuel. Your brain can't survive without it, your heart can't beat without it, your muscles can't contract without it. Glucose is like high-octane gasoline. It's great. But the other half of the molecule is fructose or fructose. And the problem with that is your body can't use it for fuel. Your body has to transform it to another usable fuel. But in the process of transforming it, 30% of the fructose or fructose becomes fat, artery clogging fat, associated with a very low density lipoprotein. That brings us to high fructose corn syrup. Now, many sweeteners that have been used in the past were sucrose. They'd use common table sugar. But now they're using high fructose corn syrup, and people have said, well, we think this is bad. And the corn manufacturers say, well, you know, it's got about equal parts of fructose and glucose, but a little bit more fructose. Here is the problem. Because that little bit extra fructose makes a big difference when it comes to the human body. We used to say a calorie is a calorie, calories in, calories out. It doesn't work that way. What your body has to do to transform fructose means you have metabolites of fructose that are not good for you. You have an increase in uric acid, which can have a very small effect on blood pressure, but an effect on joints and affect even more people who have gout. And like I said, 30% of that molecule ends up associated as fat with very low density lipoprotein, which causes heart disease, as well as vascular disease of other types and increase in stroke. So, to test this, some scientists at Princeton gave rats fructose-flavored syrup with high fructose corn syrup and one with sugar, as well as a regular rat chow. Equal number of calories in both. The rats who had the high fructose corn syrup ended up fatter, with more abdominal fat than the other rats. Another group at UCLA did a study where they looked at brains of rats who were fed with high fructose corn syrup. Their brains didn't repair as well, and those rats didn't do as well as a maize. There's no secret that in the United States our consumption of sugar and high fructose corn syrup have increased. There's also no secret that the number of obese patients has increased over this time. It's pretty clear the combination. If I were to tell people to get rid of one thing from their diet, it's high fructose corn syrup. Sugar isn't any better. Sucrose is not any better. In fact, maybe it's a little bit better. But getting rid of those things, that free sugar is better. Do you know the average American consumes over 150 pounds of sugar a year? When you do the math, take the amount of fructose, take 30% of that fructose, that would become fat. That means the average person is putting fat in their body every year of a little over 13 pounds. Do 13 pounds for 10 years. You come up with 130 pounds. Is it any wonder that some people are becoming obese more than others? So, if you're to do one thing, learn to cook for yourself. Get rid of the processed foods because they contain too much sweeteners. Get rid of anything that contains high fructose corn syrup, anything that has exogenous sucrose in it. Check labels very carefully. You will be surprised at what you find. And even though Alton Brown recommends drinking grape juice from Welch's, I don't. And the reason I don't is, if you look at the second ingredient on Welch's grape juice, high fructose corn syrup. Even my beloved Fig Newtons, high fructose corn syrup. Get rid of it, you'll be healthier, you'll feel better, much more easier on you if you start learning to cook at home. And was Mayor Bloomberg right? Yes. And were it up to me, what would I say? I would say that no child should be allowed to drink a drink with high fructose corn syrup. We need to stop the epidemic among kids. Yes, we regulate tobacco, we regulate alcohol. This is one calorie we should be regulating for our kids. And that's one warning label that should be on everything, because high fructose corn syrup is in just about everything. Love to hear your comments on yourdoctorsorders.com. For Your Doctor's Orders, I'm Dr. Terry Simpson. Good day.